Hey YouTube, it's Delana, aka Colorful Chaos, your favorite Afro-Surrealist artist, and welcome back to my channel. The year is almost over. Like, oh my gosh, like where'd it go? If I had to describe 2025 in like one word, I would say challenging. I was challenging myself about different things. Like, if I had like a certain narrative in my head, I was just like, you know what, challenge accepted. Let me rebuke this narrative, or let me I see myself going in this direction. Like, what would this version of myself do? I'm gonna challenge myself to do said thing. And of course, life was lifing. Like for everybody, like I had moments this year where I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is like a lot. And then I also felt like I wasn't doing enough. So yeah, this year was full of like endings and beginnings and transformation. Today's video is exactly what it says in the title. This is my 2025 artist recap, and I just wanted to share about some of the things that I went through this year with you guys. Like, a lot of the stuff I'm about to share with you are like little milestones within the video. I was doing a disservice for myself, towards myself in my artist journey, without celebrating like the wins that I've had or the moments that I've had. So let's get into it. All right, so like boom, 2025 started. It's January. So the first thing that we're going to get into, I got to give it a little bit of context. If you've been on my channel long, you've noticed, or you can look at the timeline, that January or the beginning of the year kind of started off with a bang. Artist talk that I had early on this year. I also had another moment where I had an artist talk, where I had to talk in front of a whole bunch of people. That was for the in-kind exhibition that I swapped works with a poet. So I'm gonna link that video down below, so that way if you want to go back and check it out, you can. Context, I also, the year before in the fall, got accepted into a show, I think it was the Art of Soul show out in Ohio. And it was at Wilberforce University, where I went through this whole debacle of applying with Father Time, which, if you don't know the dimensions of that painting, it is a 36 by 48 painting. It is a big painting. And I also had Understanding, which is a 24 by 24. To ship that would have been over $600, which at the time I did not have. So a friend of mine had drove all the way up to Ohio, dropped the work off. I did not stay for the reception. I did not go to the actual show opening, but I did see the work on the walls. It was nice. I felt very honored being in the room with a lot of these amazing artists. I'm in here with y'all, like y'all work is amazing. And it's artists from all over, right? That ran from like, I wanna say like August all the way up to January, late January or late February. I can't remember. So these first couple clips is just me heading up to Ohio and picking up my work, but then also coordinating with a friend and just checking out Cincinnati, because like I've never really been to Ohio. So yeah. Rolling up and down the highway. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Woohoo! We on a bumpy road in another state, Ohio. This was not a short drive. This was a long drive. We started at like 2 a.m. right? 3 a.m. I was up since 1 a.m. and I started off driving from like 3 all the way up to like what, 8? My friend George accompanied me on this trip. Thanks, George. No problem. Yee, Squidward. Yeah, we picked up my painting. It was short, it was quick, it was nice, it was professional. I didn't think I was gonna make it, because like the time windows was between 11 and 2, and I'm just like, we gotta leave all the way from the south and come all the way up north and skip like 4 states. Okay, so we are. Now we're headed to Cincinnati to go see my other bestie, recently just moved, and you will see the nice happy surprise of her face on this channel. We got another hour till we get to the Airbnb. I'll see you guys later. after the show, another highlight I wanted to emphasize on that I was in a group show called The Seed and the Sower. It was out in Fayetteville, and I was actually in the show with Sanjay. Hey, Sanjay. The main reason why I want to highlight this show is because it was a very powerful show. It was a highlight on Black women and our heritage and our lineage. Like, when you walked in the room, like, it just felt empowering. Like, as a Black woman, like, I felt so loved. Like, there was a lot of different medias, a lot of different sizes of work, and like, when I tell you everyone was dressed to the nine, they showed out. The curator, it was like her first show of curating her first show. So she did like an amazing job. Like, the Fayetteville Arts Council did an amazing job as well. Like, that was honestly that was one of my favorite shows of the year, hands down. Later on into the year, there was like a lot of artist talks. Like, when I tell you, I challenged myself and other people challenged me to speak up. I spoke up this year. As an introverted artist, I spoke up a lot. I would say now that I'm at the end of the year, I've gotten a little bit better, but that anxiety is still there. It's still there. It's not going anywhere. I don't think it's going anywhere. All right, on to the spring. Now, the spring, the biggest highlight of springtime was the fact that I had moved out of my old studio in Durham. And again, here's the link to that video if you guys are interested on the reasons why I moved out of that studio. Ultimately, looking back on it, like, it was still kind of bittersweet, but it's just like, I'm really happy I made that decision. Now, the kickback to that is the fact that I really felt disconnected from Durham after that, on top of some other reasons. But it's just like, outside of going and visiting friends and like other fellow artists, like, I didn't really have that much of a connection with Durham, and I really want to bring that back. It sucked that moving out of that space kind of made me realize like how much the disconnect was there, and like how much I craved having that back. It, like, that ending brought into light like how much community was important to me, like where my community is, right? Like, it's throughout the triangle, but a good part of that was in Durham, and that I really need to reconnect with that. Okay, now moving on to summer. Now, summertime, things started to pick up a little bit. Going through the year, I felt like I wasn't doing enough. And in between these highlights, I look back on it, I'm just like, wow, like I ended a chapter, and a very important chapter, but then also it transitioned into a very exciting and new chapter. The first one I'm going to talk about is my solo show that I had out in Mania. So I went out to the Outer Banks, and I had my first solo show in the Outer Banks. I went to go visit my friend Rebecca, and I made a new friend, Tiffany, the curator at Dare Arts, and I was able to put on a show called What We Carry, We Grow. It was a title that I felt like really encompassed my work as a whole, and I was able to feature a lot of the work that I had already and just piece together like the different paintings from different series, but then also just like have an overarching theme. Very fun time. Everyone was so nice, and the first Friday was the opening reception, and I had stayed overnight, and a lot of people came up and showed out. Really great night, and I met some other amazing artists in the area and had really great conversations. Yeah, it was a really good experience, and yeah, I'm glad I was able to have the opportunity. Thank you to Tiffany, Rebecca for setting that up for me and like helping me with my show. Like, it was an amazing time. Well, I'm at a light. Hi YouTube, it's Elena, aka Cup of Chaos, and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to record myself getting on the road. I'm about to head to Mania, and now the light is green. The second big thing is that obviously I got a new studio. So I moved into my new studio at Artspace. I find it to be a very full circle moment because Artspace is where I had my very first Friday. It's where I met my friends. Is really where I kind of started. Artspace was like the setting ground, and the Durham Art Guild catapulted me into like my career. Like they both are just like a really huge driving force in all this. I got my studio space. It felt so surreal getting in here and being able to move in, and it really solidified like a new transition for me. It added on the momentum for me in a lot of ways. I definitely feel at home. I'm glad I made the move. The space is, if not a little bit bigger than my last studio, but it's a lot more open. I really made it my own, right, Peps? We made it our own, right? Yeah. Transitioning into that, a new gallery opened up in downtown Raleigh called Ascension Gallery, and the exciting news with that is that I was in their opening show. So me showing at Ascension, and I wanted to make it special, like to commemorate. I made a brand new piece for that show, made Grounded. Also, it was my first Friday being an Artspace artist, so it was like a lot that was like happening around that time. Of course, another artist talk. And it was a lot of networking, a lot of fun announcements, a lot of networking, and honestly an amazing summer to kick off. The other thing about summer that I remember was feeling a little lost at certain points, or maybe not lost, but I felt overwhelmed in the aspect of like trying to put pressure on myself to start a new series. For my solo show, like it was completely different from what I had planned on presenting. Like I wanted to show all new work, kind of like what I did with the residency, but like I wanted it for this show. Again, life was lifing, and I wasn't really able to create like the new series that I really wanted. Over the summer, I learned like you have to pivot. A lot of things start coming your way unexpectedly, and you gotta learn how to land. Like you gotta learn how to go with the flow. And I also had to allow myself grace when it came down to me creating work. Now, Grounded was a painting that, yes, I planned, but it was honestly like in my head for like the longest time, and I never really pulled the trigger on it until this summer. It came out completely differently than what I imagined. Again, pivoting was a big component in that, and allowing me to give myself grace on that, and it turned out way better than I thought. And on to my last and final season, fall. I do have an announcement though. Remember when I said that I felt disconnected from Durham like in the spring after I moved out of my studio? Like I continued to go out to third Fridays and visit a lot of my artist friends because I was really desperate to find a connection back with the guild. I decided to apply for the board at the Durham Art Guild, and I got it. So you're looking at one of the newest board members for the Durham Art Guild. It still feels weird telling people that. I'm still getting adjusted to this new transition of actually being a board member and helping make decisions. I would say that it opened up a lot of side quests for me when it came down to like talking to staff, talking to other artists and how they felt about the guild and what they needed, and then also like getting to know the other board members and going to meetings. Needless to say, it made my life a lot busier. Definitely made my life a lot busier. It also forced me to open my mouth more and introduce myself and network and talk. You remember when I said the word of the year? Challenge? I remember around this time, someone had reminded me how introverted I was. And I remember how that made me feel. Like I was very frustrated because I felt like, I was putting all this work into putting myself out there and being vulnerable and doing all these talks that I was just like, you know what, like introverted where? Going to community meetings. I started going out meeting people, talking in public, volunteering at schools and talking to kids about being an artist. And I was trying to find any and every opportunity to put myself out there and make sure that I was being seen that I was meeting people, sharing ideas, and collaborating. I'm trying to plant some seeds and manifest stuff for next year for myself and for my community. If I didn't have that conversation with that person, I don't think I would have took my new position or even take my artist journey and ran with it. I was already on that page of wanting to push myself. I'm wanting to push myself and network and talk to people, but it was really, oh, we're not doing this on easy mode. Like, we're gonna make this harder. Like, I was really trying to prove a point. I was really trying to prove it to myself because I felt as though I wanted to escape a narrative of me being shy, me being anxious, me being introverted, especially when I'm trying to step into shoes of leadership, then also community filled. I'm trying to be a famous artist in a good way, right? Like, I want to sell my work. I want to be in these prestigious places. I want to be seen. I want to be known, and I want my work to heal the world. So like, how do I do that? I have to talk to people. The last thing I want to leave on a high note, is I went to go see my favorite artist, Harmonia Rosales. That was a highlight. Like, I think that actually was the biggest highlight of the year. So I want to give a shout out to my friend Kane the Oracle, because we manifested that. Like, when you see this video, you know, he knows. So I have this friend, Kane the Oracle, who's an amazing artist. Go check out his channel. Linking it right now. So we were catching up, and he was telling me how he met Harmonia Rosales. That just a couple of weeks before, he was telling me about his experience, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I saw she was on her book tour. I missed the date that she was in North Carolina, but wait, she's gonna be in DC. So I got some footage of that. He egged me on. He egged me on. He was just like, oh no, you gotta go. Like, you gotta go. So I wound up going. Like, everything that we said that I was gonna do, like him hyping me up and saying like, oh, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. I made it my mission, my personal mission, and got it done. Like, I got my book signed. Hold on, let me grab the book to show y'all how serious this is. I got the book. This is the book, Chronicles of Ori. Just for context, Harmonia Rosales was my favorite artist before I even knew she was my favorite artist. Like, I used to have like a lot of her older works pinned on my Pinterest. Yeah, and during my residency, I used to listen to her artist talks and really helped me define why I do things within my artistry. Anyway, I go to the artist talk. I show her my work. I introduce myself, and she affirms me. She's like, oh my gosh, your work is so great. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. And when I tell you, baby girl, I was nervous. I was like trying to hand her my book and my phone. I was able to ask a question during Q&A, and the question that she had, the question I had asked, one of the questions I had written down was, what were some of the challenges that you faced within your career? And like, for newer artists, like, what advice would you give them on like overcoming, certain challenges? Her answer, she said something along the lines of, yes, I face challenges, but I think the biggest challenge is ourselves, some of us are not open to hearing these stories when these are our stories. And she was saying like, this is not myth to her. These are like actual stories passed down through generations. And I believe that. And then homegirl turns to me and she's just like, as my advice to you, keep painting, because your audience is going to find you. Your work is going to connect with who it needs to connect with. And you're going to get into your spaces. You're going to get to where you need to go. So just keep painting. Now I know that some people are going to be like, okay, but she was talking to me, okay? I know she was talking to anybody else who was also listening, but she turned to me and said it. And I took that as not only a confirmation from the universe, not only from confirmation from God, the ancestors, but it was just like, that was the force I needed to end my year, to push me even more. It was the affirmation that I needed in order to continue doing this work. That was the dopamine hit I need. There's been so many times as artists we get fearful, we get scared, or we question whether or not we're on the right path. When I tell you, I've had too many moments throughout my life when it comes down to choosing being an artist that I questioned a lot. And I will always get the same answer. Yes, you're doing what you need to be doing. Yes, you need to be painting. Yes, you need to get your work in front of this person. Yes, like it's always yes. And that was the loudest yes that I've had. Someone I look up to, someone that I aspire to be. When I had those late night studios, I was listening to their words and the artist talks and imagining myself being in rooms that they were in, imagining myself when it comes down to my work, connecting to who it needs to connect with, finding my community. Like it just brought everything full circle for me. I just heard the yes. I heard the yes. I feel not only at home, but in peace and self-assured. I felt so sure now. I felt sure before, but baby, if I ain't feel sure now. That ends my 2025 artist recap. Like this year was full of exhibitions. It was full of talks. It was full of challenges. It was full of epiphanies. It was full of affirmations. It was full of community. It was filled with love. A lot of things that I was able to experience and see. And it was a huge learning curve, right? Like 2025 was, yes, 2025 was challenging, but I think I conquered the challenge. I hope when you listen to this video, you celebrate your wins, whether you're an artist or not, right? Like we made it through this year. This was a challenging year, but we made it through. And I hope that you guys celebrate your wins, no matter how big or small. You should celebrate your wins. We're all navigating through change. We're all navigating through growth. We're all going through these different experiences, and we're flourishing on the other side. It might not seem like it now, or maybe you are feeling it now, but there's always going to be a moment where you're flourishing on the other side and it gets better. What was your biggest highlights of 2025? Like, I want you to share down in the comments below. If you're interested in hearing some of my goals for 2026, let me know down in the comments, and who knows, that might be the next video you guys see. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe to my channel, and remember to embrace the chaos of creativity. Bye!